Good evening, everybody. Play up, and play the game. Kipling said that if you can meet triumph and disaster and treat them just the same, then you will be a man. These days, of course, he would have to say person, which doesn't even scan. But nobody bothers about that sort of thing anymore, of course. Nonetheless, Kipling's message is needed more today than it ever was. Because sport, as we shall see, is like a half-sucked sweet. Not what it used to be.
Sorry.
I love football.
There's so many aspects to the modern game. The beer, the crisps, the dirty songs. Just savouring the pre-match atmosphere.
Do you mind? I think we could do without your pre-match atmosphere.
Oh, I love a good burp, me. Really good, chewy one. Big, solid, beer-flavoured belch. A really huge, tongue-twanging mouthful of gas and dinner. Nothing like it, especially at the footy.
Gladiators is my sport. I love it. Such thighs. Colossal thighs. They could crack nuts with those thighs. In Wolf's case, his own. Oh, yes, I'm going to go in for it one day, when I've pumped enough iron to fill my leotard. I've already got my name. Love Muscle. Yes, football is boring compared to gladiators.
Football is not boring. It's the reason God made Saturday afternoons.
Football is just a socially sanitised homoerotic ritual.
Socially What nonsense, Constable Habib. Is there no trendy leftist theorem which you will not uncritically embrace?
Some American feminists think sport was invented so that men could avoid confronting their sexuality.
Some American feminists think that phoning a woman while she's having an afternoon nap constitutes assault. Homoerotic ritual? Coconuts and custard. On what evidence is such an appalling generalisation based?
Well, I think it's obvious. For instance, Gary plays football every Sunday. Now, what do you do after the game, Gary?
Well, let me think. We all get in the bath together?
Right.
Oh, and I suppose you're suggesting that men bathing together must be by definition a sexual act. What a sad world it has become. Sometimes I despair, I really do.
I think we should let him finish, sir.
Well, we have a bit of a splash and a bit of a sing-song, you know. The hair's on a dicky dido, tits out for the lads. All the classics. And then after that, there's a towel fight.
You beat each other with wet towels.
Well, you've got to have a flick, haven't you? Then we all get in the pub, pour a load of beer over each other's heads and sing more songs about lovely saucy birds.
And are any lovely saucy birds actually present at this point?
Get out of it. It's a lad's thing, isn't it? Anyway, when we're well sorted, we'd probably take our trousers off, hang them over a lamppost, and if it's been a really good night, fall over in a puddle of vom on the way home.
There you go. Blokes singing about women, but actually wallowing in their own naked excess. It's transparent suppressed homoeroticism.
As long as it gets you pissed.
Constable Habib, do you think that the gay sexual community would thank you for categorising their particular sexual preference as the act of a disgusting, puerile, drunken oaf like Boyle? Steady on. Your mistake, Constable Habib, is to seek a sexual explanation for the simple truth that men understand football, but they rarely understand women.
Oh, that's very true, sir. Even the Dutch game is a picture of simplicity and clarity compared to the mind of a woman. I mean, I could demonstrate the mechanics of the offside trap to you, but I couldn't tell you why all the women I have ever loved say to me, I've got a fat bottom. And then I say, yes, I like it. They truly did not me.
Lying about a girl's bottom is part of a man's duties. It makes up for never putting the toilet seat down and not replacing the loo roll when it's empty.
Well, explain this, then. What is it about the inability of women to get out the house?
What?
You heard. Why can't women ever get out of the house? I say, Tina, we are leaving at 7:30. That is 7:30, not 7:45, not next year, not in another lifetime when we've come back as a couple of insects which only live for a day, which she'd spend in the bathroom, putting mascara on her antennae and trying to stick 300 contact lenses into her multiple eyes and lipstick in her spiracles and blonde in her follicles.
Yes, the kick-off is actually...
I shout, come on, Tina! She says, I've got to put my face on, haven't I? I say, right, I'm waiting in the car. She says, well, wait in the car. I say, I will wait in the car. She says, right, go and wait in the car. I say, we're going out to the car. She says, you go to the car. It grinds you down.
Oh, what a very splendid thing this is. The local community coming together in celebration of sport. It's what being British is all about.
What? Being wet and bored?
Well, yes, being wet and bored is part of it, certainly. But there's so much more. I mean, look at this stadium. It reeks of history.
It reeks of we.
Under these ancient terraces, Gasforth Town FC have seen it all. From not quite disaster to complete disaster. From bottom of the league to not even in the league.
It's a dump.
And therein lies its glory. We don't need some vast Super Bowl with a great big electronic sign that says, "Fwa go." We're quite happy to gather together in small groups on a wet Saturday and be a bit sad. That's the spirit that made Britain what it is today.
Knackered.
Proud of it.
Do you think they know they're supposed to get the round leather thing into the big square netty thing?
Amateurs all goody, remember that? Weekend sporting heroes. Butchers, bakers, builders.
I wouldn't want to live in a house any of that lot had built. They're just not very good, are they?
Exactly, Habib. And not being good at things is what the British are good at. We excel in failure. And a good thing, too, because failure is character building. Some of our finest moments have been defeats. Mons, Dunkirk.
Lulu coming second at Eurovision with Boom Bang a Bang.
The French vote was our undoing, of course. They've never got over Agincourt.
What a waste of time. I have never seen such a useless bunch of old women in all my life. They've got no aggression, no killer instinct.
Oh, I don't know. The one with the limp's not bad.
I'm not talking about the players, I'm talking about the fans. I am an inspector of criminal investigations. When I police a football match, I expect a decent enemy. Where are the skinheads? The shadowy, street-fighting generals.
You only get Premier League hooligans with Premier League sides, sir.
Don't be so defeatist, Constable Boyle. This could be the season when Gasforth FC rises like a phoenix.
More like a turkey.
We're already through the first round of the FA Cup.
Only because their lot all got food poisoning from our burger van.
Nice game, that. It's a long time since I've seen 11 men vomiting in tight formation.
Nonetheless, if we win today...
Oh, sir, look!
An FA Cup second-round victory for Gasforth.
Lucky shot.
They all count.
Where was their goalie?
Look, sir. There he is, coming out of the bogs.
We really must get the health and safety people to have a look at that burger van.
Oh, I can't stand it. Those pathetic little builders working outside the bank. Every time a woman goes in or out of that door, they're there, hanging off the scaffolding like sexually inadequate bats.
Who's that, then?
Men! Tiny-brained, sexually sexually frustrated, emotionally retarded, inadequate, puerile, juvenile, drooling, leering, sneering, pointless bloody men.
Could be half the blokes I know.
They've always been bad, but this stupid FA Cup thing's made them even worse.
What you've got to do is just not sink to their level. Just turn around, give them a smile, maybe a bit of a wiggle, and say, "Oi, bumhead, do up your flies, your brain's hanging out."
Tell them to get stuffed.
Oh, yeah, sure. They're 30 feet up and I'm standing on the pavement going, "Get stuffed!" They love it.
Whoa! You're beautiful when you're angry, darling!
Well, I would have thought it were flattering.
Of course it is, Boyle. There's nothing builds up a girl's self-esteem like having a human gorilla with a brain the size of a peanut inviting you to peel its banana!
Ah, Sergeant. Well, since you still have 18 seconds to go before you're back on duty, darling, I must say you're looking lovely today. Very lovely indeed.
Oh, do up your flies, bumhead. Your brain's hanging out.
Well, must get on, must get on.
Constable Atley, hold all but the most urgent calls.
There haven't been any calls.
Well, when there are, hold them.
Inspector Grimm, you're on duty. You can't strut about like Roy of the Rovers.
I have gone undercover.
Well, that should fool them.
Listen, Fowler, this is the sharp end, mate. Not jolly cricket bats, lovely boating weather dunes, you know, Oxford and Cambridge, row, 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 and hoist your little cocks above your head. This is football, and football is not a game. Well, obviously it is a game, but it is also not a game. I mean, even though it is a game, there's no point treating it like a game because it is not a game. Although clearly it is a game. All right, boy, with me. Let's go, go, go.
I think we should contact the X-Files, sir. Inspector Grimm's body has been inhabited by a being from the planet Burke.
Respect for rank, Habib. Well, it's just as well he's out of the way, actually. I have an appointment with the mayoress, and he does rather lower the tone.
The mayoress is coming here.
Yes, that's right.
Dame Christabel Wickham,
Chrissy Wiki, yes.
who you were at school with.
I had that honour, yes.
And you fancied ever since.
Yes, that's the one. No, no, don't be absurd.
I shall know anyway, because your nose always twitches when you fancy someone.
Patricia, you're not jealous, surely.
Of course not. Why would I be when my boyfriend positively dribbles at the thought of another woman?
But that's ridiculous, Patricia. How could you feel threatened by her? It's insane.
Are you sure, Raymond?
Well, of course. Chrissy Wickham is brilliant, beautiful, accomplished. I could never get a girl like that. She's completely out of my league.
Thank you, Raymond. You've said enough.
Well, I hope I've set your mind at rest. A wonderful woman like that is scarcely a threat to any girlfriend of mine. Good morning, good morning. Sit, sit, sit. As you all know, there's been a quite extraordinary development in the world of sport. Gasforth are going to play a Premier League side in the FA Cup. And what's more, it's a home game. Chelsea are coming to us. Now, what are our chief concerns? Well, let's kick off, as it were. With the prospects for crowd trouble. Now, sadly, the game of football is not what it was. Gone are the days when decent lads in enormous shorts thrilled peaceful crowds of chirpy, cloth-capped costermongers. What sort of example do these permed and preening louts of today set? These gazzers and bazzers and slashers and hackers and rozzers and tozzers. Footballers used to have nice names, like Dixie Dean, Tiddler Tompkins, Nobby Nut and Ginger Curlies.
Raymond, the world's finest example of womanhood is at the front desk.
Gloria Honeyford.
The mayoress. Brilliant, beautiful. Think she might have had a little chin tuck.
Mayoress, here already? How do I look?
Sad and pathetic.
Good.
Maris Wickham, welcome to our humble and unworthy station.
Hello, Raymond.
Your worship, this is indeed an unhoped-for honour.
Don't be so formal. I can remember you following me up the stairs in big school trying to see my knickers.
I'm astonished and most touched that you recall our former acquaintance, ma'am.
I could hardly forget old Feely Fowler, could I? All right, where's your office? I want to get straight down to it. Tea, Sergeant.
More photo surveillance of last week's game, sir.
Blimey, have you seen this? It's worse than I thought. Fascistic insignia, militaristic uniforms, badges of rank. We are clearly dealing with a highly organised, well-disciplined pack.
Yes, sir, it's a scout pack. One or two vicious-looking brownies in there as well.
Right, down to business.
Oh, dear, sir. I'm afraid you've exposed him.
Oh, thanks, Boyle. I did tell Tina to fix this sick.
Boyle?
Are you chewing a brick or looking at me eating hospital food? 'Cause either way, I'll be going home in an ambulance. No, hang on, that's wrong, isn't it?
Sir, it's the Met.
The Met? The Metropolitan Police?
No, sir, the Metropolitan Water and Sewage Authority. Of course, the Metropolitan Police, they want you.
It's those parking fines I told Tina to pay them. Well, she can take the rap.
No, sir, they want to meet with you, to discuss the game. They want to liaise.
The Met want to liaise with me. Oh, well, it's no big deal, is it? Bit of liaising, so what? I do it all the time. You ask them to hold, will you? I'll just go and put on a tie.
Please, take a seat, your ma'amship.
Oh, come on, Raymond. It's Chrissy in private.
That is most kind, your Chrissyship.
This fixture against Chelsea is quite simply the biggest thing that's ever happened to Gasforth, and it could not have come at a better time. You are aware of our Relocate in Gasforth media campaign?
Oh, I am indeed, yes. I've seen the posters. Gasforth, it's not as bad as you think.
We're going all out to persuade big companies to set up in our area. Gasforth already makes Taiwanese microcomputers, Japanese virtual reality software, and British clothes pegs. But we can do better. Britain is poised to become the sweatshop of Europe, and Gasforth cannot afford to be left behind.
Well, no, indeed.
We need profile. This FA Cup match is key. It'll bring television, the press, and thousands of people into the town. Win or lose, Gasforth is on the map.
Your tea, ma'am.
Put it on the desk and leave us.
I didn't make you one, Feely. Thought you were hot and steaming enough already.
Biscuit, Sergeant.
If you offer her a custard cream, perhaps she'll let you look at her knickers.
This will be Gasforth's big day. If anyone even looks as if they might cause trouble, lock 'em up. If you pull it off, Raymond, if my big day goes without a hitch, I'm going to do something for you that I know you've always wanted.
Your worship, can you mean...
I'm going to write to the Honours Commission and recommend you for an MBE.
An
Raymond.
Patricia! No! Where am I?
Raymond!
Biscuits!
Gladiators ready! Enter! Love muscle! Oh, Maggie, come here. Okay, now, who am I, okay?
Jane Austen with a sore throat?
Donald Duck! Ah, I do love this riot gear.
Really, Patricia, what a horrid, suspicious mind you have. There are any number of perfectly innocent reasons why a man might put his head up the mayoress's skirt. She promised to recommend me for an MBE.
I hope she doesn't try and get you knighted. I shall probably find you copulating together on the steps of the town hall.
Patricia, these insinuations are unworthy of you. My relationship with the mayoress is entirely respectable.
Even when you've got your face in her underwear.
Particularly when I've got my face in her underwear. Particularly. Now, I think I've said all I need to say on the subject. Can we kindly move on to another topic?
All right. I'm going to the bank at lunchtime. Can I get you anything from the shops? Some chocolates and flowers for the mayoress. Some bliss stick so your lips don't get chapped when you're next kissing her bottom.
Now, our job on match day will be to police the Gasforth crowd. The Metropolitan Police will, of course, be in charge of the Chelsea supporters, and a nasty bunch of ill-mannered yobbos they're bound to be. I anticipate quite appalling behaviour.
I think you're being prejudiced, sir. Most supporters are genuine fans.
I wasn't talking about the supporters, Habib. I was talking about the Metropolitan Police. Frankly, the idea of Gasforth being awash with London officers fills me with dread. Swaggering about the place, calling each other my son, and saying that things have gone a bit pear-shaped. Well, we of the Gasforth Constabulary will be as smart as a bowl of cornflakes. I shall not have any of that London police behaviour around here.
Right, you lot, shut it! Strewfella, my son. All looks a bit pear-shaped round here, or what? Right, the governor's talking. Saturday's game. Very dodgy, very naughty. Could go a little bit pear-shaped. If there's a ruck, things might get well iffy. These faces are a little bit hard, know what I mean? A little bit oof. Have some of that, my son. Bosh, sorted, ta-ta. Got me? So be clever. Good, now shut it!
Inspector Grimm, in recognition of our multilingual society, the modern force boasts officers trained in any number of languages. But not, I fear, complete idiot.
Funny, trays droll, you're a comedian, my son, that I do not think. I've been liaising with some geezers at the Met, pooling our intelligence.
Goodness, between you, you must have made an imbecile.
Shut it, you slag! Boyle, my son.
Governor!
Let's go before things start getting pear-shaped.
Sorted!
And you lot, shut it!
CID. Not so much out of the blue as out of their minds. Now, to business and to Gasforth's big day. Now, as you can see, Her Majesty has seen to it that we are fully equipped for the worst-case scenario of riot control. So if you could put your helmets on, please, everybody.
God, I thought you'd never ask. Hey, Maggie, shall I? Shall I do it?
No, not now.
Now, the ideal is not to employ force, but intimidation. We wish to subdue the hooligan before he becomes violent. We can achieve this by setting up a rhythmic beating on our shields,
such as to strike terror into the hearts of the enemy, as once did the Zulus, an adversary the British Army truly appreciated.
I'm not surprised. The Zulus had rhythmic beating, the British had field artillery. I bet they appreciated it.
Yes, all right, Habib. Just because something is morally inexcusable does not stop it being a cherished part of the national fabric. Look at the walnut whip. Now, the rhythm I had in mind was rat-ta, rat-ta, rat-ta-ta, rat-ta, rat-ta, rat-ta-ta. All right, try it. And rat-ta, rat-ta, rat-ta. Goody, goody, goody. Can't you keep a simple rhythm?
No, sir, I'm hopeless. I need a metronome to brush my teeth.
Sir, I think it'll help if we put some words to the rhythm, sir. How about, pata cake, baker's man. Pata cake, baker's man. Pata cake,
Yes,
baker's
good idea.
man.
Goody, will that help?
Yes, I think so, sir.
Right, okay. After me. And pat a cake, baker's man. Good, excellent. All right. Form up. Now, prepare to intimidate the enemy with rhythmic beating and pat a cake, baker's man. Pat a cake, baker's man. Excellent. Well done, everybody. That should scare the sucks off them.
And after we've subdued them with patty cake, we can give them a chorus of Bar Bar Black Sheep. That'll really make them fill their trousers.
You think we ought to toughen up our chant?
Well, either that or hire ourselves out for children's parties.
How about bugger off, stupid prat. Bugger off, stupid.
I will not have my officers employing gutter language rhythmically in public. What about go away, naughty men?
If the Zulus had called Michael Caine a naughty man, he would have laughed so hard he would have irrigated the veldt.
Maybe we should change the rhythm a bit, sir. If you don't move along, boom, boom. I go stick this baton, boom, boom. Where the sun don't shine, boom, boom.
I've got one. What's the difference between you lot and a bucket of sick? The bucket.
No! We should be tougher. Come and have a go if you think you're hard enough. Come and have a go if you think you're hard enough.
Oh, how about up yours, dog breath? Up yours, dog breath! Up yours, dog breath!
It's back on where the sun was. It's back on where the sun was.
You want me to get them off? Right. You're all under arrest.
It's all going pear-shaped, Boyle. Where are the naughty faces? The iffy, dodgy, noncy-poncies? How can I face my muckers at Scotters when I'm yet to bang even one slag in the slammer? Could I have done more? Could I have gone deeper undercover?
No way, sir. You haven't taken your bobble hat off all week.
And wool makes my forehead itch.
All right, lads. Tomorrow. Those Chelsea scum are dust. But we stick to the plan, all right?
Sorted, my son.
Yes, madam.
No, Sergeant, you were absolutely right to arrest them. I will not stand for sexual intimidation of that sort. It's abusive and threatening behaviour.
Yes, it flipping well is.
I mean, just imagine if it had been the mayoress going to the bank instead of just you.
I'm sorry, madam. There are no grounds for police action. Goodbye.
What was that, Habib?
Just a cantankerous complainer from Colchester Crescent. Complains about something every day. Yesterday, it was the Pelican Crossing beeping. I think she wanted me to arrest the little green man. Tonight is a party. Some lads celebrating Gasforth winning the FA Cup already.
Great grumbling grommets, Habib. A party? Supposing the mayoress heard the row, or an important trade delegation from Southeast Asia. Bring those naughty carousers in.
But, sir, it's only 7 in the evening.
It's 2 in the morning in Kuala Lumpur. Bring them in and lock them up. Lock them all up. Lock everyone up.
my junction.
Gasforth offers cheap labor, long hours, no unions, no minimum wage, no job security, and a maximum 5-minute lunch break. That's a very attractive package for any foreign investor. Also included as an incentive is free child labor. Centrally funded via the youth training schemes, of course.
Yes, but when does the football begin? The kick-off is at 3, sir. That is the tradition in our country.
I know when a bloody football match starts, Constable Plod, but it's 3:20 now.
Your worship, I'm afraid we're going to have to forfeit the game. What? None of our players have turned up. It's incomprehensible. They were all fine yesterday. Buzzer, Gazzer and Buzzer were at work on the building site next to the bank as usual. Buzzer, Gazzer and Simon, the captain, were having a strategy meeting at the Pizza Hole. And Gazzer and Gazzer were having a bit of a party and a sing-song round at Buzzer's house in Colchester Crescent. I simply cannot imagine what has happened to them. Now listen!
No football, I'm going.
No, please wait. We have a dual carriageway that runs all the way to the Sainsbury's Superstore. When I find out who's responsible for the team not turning up, Raymond, I want you to... Raymond!